Have you ever been French kissed?
Are you kidding? I don't want to get pregnant.
Things to know before your first time. Thoughts on waiting till marriage. This might be controversial. Let's do this. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Ali and today we're gonna have a little chat. When Tumblr was still a big thing, I used to get a lot of messages from you guys asking for advice and had that big sister relationship, which I just cherish so much. And so this is kind of an opportunity for me to just connect with you and be the big sister you never had. Even if you have a big sister, it's not me, so I'm still the big sister you never had. I'm gonna talk to you guys as if you are my 15, 16, 17-year-old self and just kind of say the things that I wish someone had told me. You know how these things work. Before we get into the video, I just want to quickly thank today's sponsor, which is Luisa. They are a beautiful, beautiful jewelry company based out of Brooklyn, New York, which, if you know me, means a lot to me. Half of my heart is forever in Brooklyn. So I got to pick a few pieces from their website and I'll show you what I picked, but also I wanted to tell you about them because I feel so happy and lucky, I guess, to be able to work with amazing, ethical and sustainable brands that I believe in so strongly. I didn't actually know that much about jewelry production and gold and the toll that it can all take on our planet until I was reading their website, and this is all actually secondhand gold, so it's completely recycled gold. It's being given a new purpose, a new life, and thrift queen over here, you know, that just like struck me right in the heart. So that is amazing. These are made by the same company that makes like Louis Vuitton, Tiffany, so very, very high quality jewelry, but it's recycled gold. To me, that is just so freaking cool. Like, these had a prior life. I love thinking about that when you get something secondhand or refurbished, you know, where does it come from? What is the story there? So anyway, I chose the Aquarius earrings as well as these little cute mini hoops because I like to keep on the same pair of earrings for most of the time without like switching them out. So now I can just keep in these really light, cute little babies in and know that it won't damage my ear at all. There are pieces ranging from $49 to then higher range pieces. And it just feels really nice to be able to wear something with confidence that it's not going to irritate my skin and, you know, it's going to stay beautiful forever. I posted a photo on my Instagram the other day. I think I showed my earrings and maybe one or two of these necklaces and just got flooded with compliments. So I will leave all of their links down below, and they have kindly given me a discount code. So if you would like to get anything from their website, use agirl10 for 10% off. All right, now let's get into your questions. I want to start with this question because I got this a lot, like probably 100 times in different formats. And that is basically, I'm X years old and I haven't done this yet. I haven't kissed someone, I haven't lost my virginity. I can totally relate to that. Like, I was such a late bloomer growing up. All my friends were dating people and I just wasn't. And you feel like a bit of an outsider, but the only reason for that is because you're comparing yourself. So for example, if all of your friends did the deed at like, I'm trying not to get demonetized if you can't tell, did that at like age 15 or 14 and you were, you know, 19, you're like, oh my God, there's something wrong with me. And then if, say, all of your friends waited till marriage and you had done it at 16, again, you would think, oh my God, there's something wrong with me because you're different to the people around you. The only element there is just comparison, and comparison is the thief of joy, as we know. So I know it's really hard, but you just can't compare yourself to the people around you because everyone is on their own journey, everyone has their own path, and it'll just happen when it's meant to. There's not a timeline or a, you know, minimum or a maximum age that you need to do anything. I know that's so easy to say and hard to believe, you know, at a younger age, but it's so true, and it is so much better to be comfortable and confident and ready and sure. I'm gonna leave a really good video that I love down below by Josh Peck. He does a series called Losing Your V Card. One of the episodes I love is with Carly and Erin, who are also YouTubers, and I think they were both in their 20s. It was like 21 and 26 or something. So don't let people around you skew your idea of like a timeline. I just think it's so weird that we put so much pressure on these things where it's like, I've never been in a hot air balloon, right? And no one cares. So like, why does kissing someone or having sex with someone, why is it such a big deal? There's so many things that you've done that I haven't done and vice versa. Is there even anyone that you want to do that with? Like, if there is, go for it. But if not, don't do something just for the sake of it. There's a quote that I love and I posted it on my Instagram recently because it just resonated so much with me, so I'll share that with you guys. New York is 3 hours ahead of California, but that doesn't make California slow. Obama retired at 55, Trump started at 70. Everyone in this world is on their own time zone. People around you might seem to be ahead of you, some might seem to be behind you. Everyone is running their own race in their own time. Do not envy them and do not mock them. Life is about waiting for the exact right moment to act. So relax. You're not late, you're not early, you're very much on time. time. How to realize and get out of bitchy friendships. Oof, great question. Realizing that a friendship is toxic for you is basically just paying attention to how you feel when you're around them and also afterwards. Like, how is your energy? How is your mental state? Do you feel supported? Do you feel uplifted and good and happy and excited for life and confident in your choices? Or do you feel judged and insecure, and are you comparing yourself to them? Do you feel jealous? Things like that. Also, pay attention to who is there for you in the bad times, not just who's there to like celebrate your wins, because I feel like that's pretty easy. If someone deserts you when, you know, when you're having a rough patch and you're not the most fun to be around, that's true friend. How to get out of it. Oof, that's really hard if you are still at school and you have to see them a lot, but I think it's just communication. You just have to say to them, hey, look, I'm really sorry, but I don't feel good. I don't appreciate this thing that you said to me, or this friendship isn't great for me right now, so I'm just gonna take some time for myself. That might sound really hard, and it is, but you have to take care of yourself. Protect your energy. Things to know before your first time. First of all, wait until you're ready and comfortable, and don't do it for anyone else but yourself, whether that's the partner that you would be sleeping with or your friends or your peers or anyone. Just do not. It has to be for you. Secondly, use protection. The pull-out method does not count. Be safe and take care of yourself. How to get over a breakup that you're hung up on even though it really hurt you. Oof, I'm so sorry that you're going through that. Breakups suck. There's no sugarcoating that. You're not gonna like this answer, but I'm pretty sure the only thing that really helps with a broken heart is time. But in the meantime, things you can do to help that are just distancing yourself from them. So whether that's unfollowing or muting them on social media and not hanging out if that's possible. Try to socialize, try to be around friends. Take time to do things for yourself, especially if, you know, during the relationship you maybe neglected that. You can work on your own hobbies, your own dreams, your own passions. Focus on yourself. Also, if they did something shitty to you, please focus on that. Have your friends remind you that they were not a good influence, that they were not a good person, and that you deserve so much better, because I think it's better to be angry than sad. So focus on the bad thing they did and be like, yeah, I deserve so much better than that. I'm gonna be Elle Woods in the second part of Legally Blonde and like go and get your Emmett, leave Warner behind. Thoughts on waiting till marriage. I think if that's what works for you, then that's awesome. There's a song I really love by Abby Anderson called Make Him Wait, and I think it's about waiting till marriage. I don't really apply that for my life, but I just love the song as a whole. So if that's something you're doing, listen to the song, you might love it. But yeah, I think when it comes to and dating, you just have to do what's right for you. How do I become confident? I've been bullied at school and now I'm shy. What do I do? I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to every single teenager. School can be really hard. I think it's just about finding people that will make you feel safe and happy and confident, even if they aren't the people you would expect to be friends with. Unlikely friendships can sometimes be the best ones. So I think the best way to do that is follow whatever passions you have. My closest friends during my school time were the ones I met doing acting, or the friends I met playing sport, you know, whether that's at school or outside of school. If someone's bullying you, I think it's so important to remember that hurt people hurt people. People that are happy and enjoying their lives and secure in themselves don't go out of their way to make other people feel lesser than. So if someone is putting you down, it's because they don't feel like they're enough, and this is their way of lashing out or trying to get attention, trying to get something that they're not getting elsewhere. I'm not saying you have to pity them or be their friend or forgive them or anything, but I think that little bit of understanding and empathy makes it a little bit less personal. They're not picking on you because there's something wrong with you, it's because there's something going on with them. What would you say to your 18-year-old self? Lots of love from Spain. Thank you, lots of love to Spain. I would say it's okay to not have everything figured out. I don't think anyone really does, even as I get older now and I talk to people older than me. They're like, everyone is just winging it, you know? We just kind of get better at hiding it as you grow up. Don't compare yourself to anyone. That is my motto always. Find gratitude, and yeah, don't worry too much. Everyone's just kind of figuring it out on their own. How to attract good guys into your life. I think that comes down to not accepting anything less. People might want to have a guy in their life as a friend or as a relationship just for the sake of having a guy around. I mean, just for any gender. You should only have someone around if they are improving your life and improving your energy and your goals and things like that. And so if someone isn't, then bye. Do not accept a season 1 Nathan Scott if you deserve a season 7 Nathan Scott. Thoughts on body hair and how to remove it. I just feel like we've come so far as a society, and yet this and birth control are two things that like we haven't really perfected, because there's so many different methods for each, and yet there's still so many flaws. Shaving is great, it's fast and it's easy, but then it grows back. Waxing works, but it hurts like hell. And then there's laser, but that's really expensive. So I don't really know. At the end of the day, with everything, you just have to do what is right for you, and no one else can really influence that decision. If you want to be hairy all year round, that's great. If you want to be smooth all year round, that's great. Sometimes I love feeling like a silky smooth dolphin, and sometimes, especially if it's cold, I can't be bothered. I have this vivid memory of being on a tram with friends, and I was probably like 13, and I saw a woman who was like holding onto the rung and had a really hairy underarm, and I was like, oh my god, like that's so gross, that's so weird, you know, probably a feminist. And now I'm just like, literally, where did that come from? Like how did that get ingrained in my mind? How did society teach me to internally shame a woman for existing in her natural body? Obviously I didn't say anything, but just that was my reaction to seeing that. Society teaches you a lot of things that as you grow up you will have to unlearn and unteach yourself, because now I'm just like, what? Like, it's just hair. The amount of industries that make us feel shameful, especially as women, for things like, I'm pretty sure body hair is like really good for you. Obviously it regulates your temperature, and for your underarms I think it like regulates sweat and keeps you clean. The fact that we've just, you know, through media and products and advertising have created shame around these things, it's a lot to unlearn and unpack and unprocess. At the end of the day, like I said, you just have to do what is right for you, and no one else can tell you what that is. Do what makes you happy and feel good. Does it hurt, and is it fun for the girl as well? I don't think sex should ever hurt. I think we've been lied to if we think that your first time's supposed to hurt. If it hurts, they're probably doing it wrong and haven't given you enough warm up, if you know what I mean. It might be uncomfortable, sure, because it's a new sensation and your body's not used to it, but it should never be painful. If it's painful, stop. Why do I feel like none of my friends put in as much effort or care about me the same level? This just broke my little heart to read, because I can so relate to that, especially when I was younger. I just always felt like I was the friend that cared more. That's just like such a painful feeling to have, whether you're in a relationship or a friendship. Something that has really helped me is learning about love languages. So everyone has different ways that we like to express and also receive love. For example, mine are physical touch and acts of service. Say I was friends with someone and their #1 love language was words of affirmation. They probably wouldn't get that from me, because I show that through like hugging and resting my legs on someone and holding their hand or doing something for them. The way that we express love is so different as individuals, and so that might be the same with you and your friends. They might have a different way of expressing it. They also might just be shitty friends, and maybe you deserve better. So that's kind of a judgment call that you get to make, but you don't deserve to feel like you aren't worthy or loved, because you are. The other thing that has really helped for me is that you don't know someone else's heart or someone else's mind. You don't know what someone else is feeling, what they're going through, how they think, how they express things. We only know ourselves and how we operate. And I used to always think if I treated a friend like that, that would mean that I hated them and I didn't care about them. But that might be completely different for someone else. And that's not to say that, you know, you don't deserve better, because you definitely do, and you deserve great friends, but it just means that they can't see your heart and you can't see theirs. The best way through this is communication. I have cried over so many friendships in my life because I felt like they didn't love me or care about me, and I never told them. They never had any idea that I felt that way. So how could they, you know, change their actions or even just say, hey, like, I love you, dude. You have nothing to worry about. So communication is always step one. How to deal with awkwardness in dating, especially first dates. My favorite thing with this is just to lean into it. One of my best friends went on a date last year with a guy she met on a dating app, and she texted him that she was running like 15 minutes late. His response was, oh, perfect, that gives me plenty of time to hyperventilate in the bathroom before you get here. And to me, that is just like the funniest thing, and that's so attractive. I think if you joke about anything, then it can't be awkward. It's like saying, I can't wait to tell our kids about this, when you've been talking for like 5 minutes. It's just a joke, and it releases any of that tension and any pressure. The next time you go on a first date, don't worry about if they like you, worry about if you like them, because that is way more of a concern. Just have fun, and if something happens, it happens. If not, now you have a cool story. Someone said, girl talk camp edition, let us know if the rumors are true, but I don't really know what the rumors are, so I can't address that in any way. Let me know if you have any elaboration and I'll try and comment on that. Thoughts on liking a close friend. This is one of those things where it's like, if it works, it's the best thing in the world, and if it doesn't, it's the worst thing in the world. So you have to kind of be careful going into it. You have to weigh up the potential risk. If you dated and then broke up, would you lose that friendship? Would you lose this person in your life? Because sometimes I don't think it's worth it. If there's a chance that you're not going to be able to date and stay together forever, then I would rather pick them being in my life forever as a friend. But then sometimes if you're willing to risk it all and it's either date or nothing, then go for it. Having a friendship that turns into a relationship is just the best thing in the world. You have the most amazing foundation, then it's like friendship on fireworks, and that's kind of the dream. So most of the time I say go for it, just be careful. Do you think friends with benefits can work? I want to say yes, but in my mind I'm like, if you have a friendship and then you add benefits, isn't that just a relationship? Like, I don't know if I could do it and not catch feelings just personally, but if you've done it and it worked for you, congratulations, and tell me about your success story below because that's great. I thought I would end on this question because it's something that I've been experiencing a little bit lately, and that is I've been struggling with anxiety lately and I don't know what to do. Do you have any tips? So for a little bit of background, I haven't really struggled much with anxiety in my life at all until like 2 months ago when I had a really strong iced coffee and it sent me into a 3-day long panic attack. And that obviously wasn't just the coffee, there was something else going on. It just opened my eyes to how truly awful anxiety is. Having had both anxiety and depression in the past now, I would pick depression 100% every single time because anxiety just, oh my god, I'm so sorry for anyone that experiences that regularly. I did not know how I could keep doing life and feeling that way. There are a few apps that I found really helpful, especially when I was struggling to regulate my breathing and sort of slow my heart rate and calm down, so I will leave those below. One of those is called Rooted and the app looks like this, as well as like Headspace, MindFit, all those different apps. I'll leave those down below as well. Cut out caffeine, obviously. I'm drinking a tea right now. Going on walks helps because that sort of gives your body something to do. Oftentimes with anxiety, you go into a bit of fight or flight mode and so you have all this energy and nothing to do with it. So going for a run or a walk, it's a good way to just tire yourself out basically. Talk to someone, whether that's friends, family, a psychologist, a teacher. If your anxiety is stemming from something specific, it will always help to communicate that and just say it out loud. There's this saying that goes, a problem shared is a problem halved, and I completely agree with that. Sometimes you just have to get something off your chest and realize that it's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know the world is a little bit crazy right now. I just wanted to put something out and feel a little bit normal. Give this video a big thumbs up. It helps me out so much. It helps my channel and it helps other people find me. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I post next, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.